Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. But for our radio audience tuning in here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all can be with us. Also tuning in to our online affiliates around the world, including iHeartRadio and Amazon Music. We're glad you all could be with us as well. We're so excited to welcome best-selling author Ruchira Gupta to our broadcast today. She's celebrating not only her debut novel, but it's already an Amazon bestseller called I Kick and I Fly. She's been able to make a career being able to advocate on behalf of others. Now through her novel, she's able to show how others can be able to advocate for themselves as well, and, of course, the results of that. If you all are just now hearing about I Kick and I Fly, I'll let you know how to get your own copy of it. But, Ruchira, thank you again for the time. Really do appreciate you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to talk with someone in Mississippi about my book, I Kick and I Fly, because I want young people, their parents and their teachers to read the book and find some answers which might just save their lives.
Yeah, and that goes, Ruchira, to what you've kind of devoted your life to. Of course, now we get to know you as an author. We're going to definitely talk about what that title has been like for you. But you have been able to advocate on behalf of others for quite some time. How does that feel to know that by doing that you've been able to make a difference in the lives of others?
It feels good, It feels very, very good to see that, what was just a seed has now become a tree, and it's bearing fruit in bringing positive change in the lives of the most vulnerable human beings, victims of sex trafficking and their children. When I became an activist, I didn't even know I was becoming an activist. I was a journalist. I was traveling through the hills of Nepal, came across rows of villages with missing girls, and I wanted to do something about it. I ended up telling the story in a documentary, The Selling of Innocence, and I won an Emmy for it. But when I was here in New York and looking at the bright lights and the applause, all I could see were the eyes of the mothers. And I thought, I'm going to use this documentary to make a difference. So I took the documentary to the United Nations and to the U.S. Senate, spoke about the crime of human trafficking, and got them to create absolutely brand new laws, the Trafficking Victim Protection Act and the UN Protocol to End Trafficking, so that we could actually protect the victims, prevent the trafficking of the next generation of children, and punish the perpetrators. And that's become the gold standard all over the world. But also what it has done is given us a legal framework through which we can work against organized crime. The United Nations says that human trafficking is the second largest crime in the world, generating billions of dollars. And do you know that in Mississippi alone in the last few years, the actual cases, of course, we don't even know because it's a crime and it's in the shadows, but more than 2,000 victims of trafficking have been found in Mississippi alone. And this is in America, in our country.
It's incredible, Ruchira, and that's why this is such an important topic. And I want to, while I'm talking to you and congratulating you, I also want to say a special thank you to Scholastic Press, because this is a bold book for Scholastic to publish, and I'm so glad that they did, because it does address a very important topic, and you're able to take your work, Ruchira, now and be able to share it with young people in a way that they can understand. And I think to your point, I work with a lot of schools here in Mississippi. We would be surprised what young people know, what they've been approached with. And a book like this, I think, will connect with them. Is that part of your hope as well, Ruchira, that young people who adults may not even realize are knowing that this is happening may be emboldened to be able to see what they can do to take a stand?
Absolutely. I'm trying. My hope with this book is that I pass on the baton of an activist to the next generation. All the young people who will read this book will definitely be inspired by 14-year-old Hira, who is a girl who's about to be sold in prostitution in India, but escapes when a women's rights advocate enrolls her in a kung fu program. Through the practice of kung fu, she discovers the power of her body and learns to fight back. And she takes on organized crime. There's kidnapping. There's crime, there is a breakdown of family relationships, there is coming together of families, there is bullying, there's body shaming, but there's also hope and triumph. There's women's action and communities coming together. So, through my story, I Kick and I Fly, I'm trying to get young people to know that you can stand up to injustice and win. Because I have a true story. I worked as a lifelong activist in my NGO, Apne Aap, and I began writing I Kick and I Fly when a girl just like Hira in my book, she won a gold medal in karate. And everything began to change after that. And I thought, I need to share this with young people. Because, one of the things that happens in our world right now is that we don't talk to young people about issues that matter to them, which are prevalent in their lives. But we will stay silent, even though they have to deal with it. I wrote I Kick and I Fly in the voice of a 14-year-old. It's a fast-paced social justice adventure, but it's also based on truth and hope. And I thought this is the best way of talking to young people about something which they need to know about. This could save their lives, as Gloria Steinem says, because they will have clues, they will have inspiration, and they will be able to talk to people by using the book as a tool. Scholastic has also created a reader's guide for parents and teachers. I've created lots of resources for students to go with the book, even calls to action, because I know young people want to do something about bad things around them. And here it is, now they can. I have a website full of resources and all of that. So they can really go for it now and become the next generation of activists against sex trafficking.
Ruchira, I want to talk about something that Hira goes through in the book, and it's something with a conversation that she has with another character named Nisha. And I think it's so interesting because it's a great reminder, because a lot of times we focus on what we think we can't do and what we can achieve. And when Hira finds herself in a situation where she's doubting herself, she actually says to Nisha, "But I feel so bad now if I don't win." And Nisha said, "Silly girl, then imagine how bad you'll feel if you didn't even try." And I think that is what a lot of times we don't think about. We don't think about what could happen in a positive way. Is that also what you want young people in particular, Ruchira, to think about? That, don't try to focus on what if you don't do something. Think about what you can be able to achieve.
Exactly. As an activist, that's what I've learned, is that when you do something, it doesn't matter whether it's big or small, but you have to do it as if it matters, and only time will show whether it worked. And 20 years later, I have something to show that it works. So human trafficking may seem like a big crime, and, it seems like there are, very dangerous people out there. But we can do something about it. And in very, very concrete human ways inside community. My whole book is about a community coming together and resolving to change something it cares about. And they win.
Right.
And this is true. In the NGO that I work in India, in Apne Aap, this community was so crushed. They were from an oppressed caste, very marginalized, no food, no jobs, no livelihoods, controlled by a crime overlord. But slowly, by getting the girls into school and the mothers standing up for them, they organized. And today, where there were 72 brothels, there are only 2 brothels. The traffickers are in jail, the children are in school, college, in jobs, and the mothers are now running small businesses for themselves.
Yeah. It's a powerful book and a great reminder for all of us, Ruchira, and I'm so glad that we had a chance to talk with you about it. Again, everyone, Ruchira Gupta has been our guest, the best-selling author of I Kick and I Fly, available through our friends at Amazon.com or your favorite local bookstore. Ruchira mentioned her website. You guys can go to ikickandifly.com for more information about the resources she's mentioned. And Ruchira, I know we're now connected on social media as well. Looking forward to staying connected with your adventure. Congratulations to you again.
Thank you, Cyrus. It's a real pleasure talking to you.
Oh, the same here. Thank you. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live, and let's go make today amazing. Take care.